All right, so here we are. We're going to talk about QR codes today. Apparently, there's a huge QR code crisis going on in the real estate internet world that I was not privy to and was not aware that it was going on. And not that it matters that I know what's going on. I mean, I'm just a guy like everybody else. But apparently, there's this crisis, and a lot of people have a lot of things to say about QR codes, and I think that's part of what's happening. I'm seeing some people resort to name calling and calling people out, and it's getting, quite frankly, it's just a little bit ridiculous. Let's remember that QR codes are a tool. They are fairly new. They're not brand new. They're fairly new, and there's something that a lot of people have had like a lot of things in technology. There's a lot of problems, not problems, but questions as to how you use it. There's a lot of great stuff out there. The big question is always how do you apply it? So people are trying different things, and there's new people who are very new to social media and the internet that are trying things that may not be socially correct, and they're taking some flack for it, and I think it's kind of silly. I mean, there are some common sense rules that you want to use with QR codes. I mean, one of the biggest offenders I always see is people will put a QR code on their website. I don't get it. If where is the QR code taking me? Shouldn't the QR code be somewhere else bringing you to your website, driving traffic to your website? So that one I don't understand, and I do agree with people on that. However, I still don't, if someone's using it incorrectly, I think probably the better way to deal with it might be to contact them and explain to them how to do it, not kind of rant on them. But that's cool. Everybody communicates in their own style. Like I've always said, there's no right and wrong way to do social media. There's no social media experts. It hasn't been around long enough. There's a lot of people out there that are social media icons and stuff like that that have done a lot of stuff for a long time now, and of course they deserve the respect that they get. However, I just don't believe that there's any one right way to do things, and I think that's part of creativity is trying different things, and doesn't always work. We know that. So other than that, I mean, I see realtors using QR codes on their signs, their yard signs, and for listings. The only problem I've seen with that is it goes back to a listing page. What good does that do? Take them to somewhere that's going to show you the inside of the house so you can get a little more information, and then give them at the very end your contact information should they want even more information or to schedule a showing. That's kind of how I look at it. I don't see any big problem with that. I don't see that it's a big deal and that people should get all bent out of shape because a QR code is on a sign. My biggest thing, to be honest with you folks, the biggest thing is don't be afraid to get out there and try it. If someone tells you that's the silliest thing I've ever seen, think about it. If you agree, then great, change it. If you don't, then do what you want to do. Nobody owns the internet. Nobody owns how you manage your social media sites. Nobody owns any of that. So, it's like anything else. If somebody out there is unhappy with the way that you're using a tool, or unhappy with the way that you're doing what you perceive as your job, then they can change the channel. I mean, that's the beauty of the whole thing. Don't follow him. Don't follow her. Don't friend them. I mean, don't subscribe to their blog. Whatever the case may be, the important thing is that you get out there and you try it. I would rather see someone go out there and make a mistake and kind of, blow it, which I've done 100 times because I'm no expert. You go out there, you do the best you can, you try something new. If it doesn't work, you scrap that idea. I mean, I'm sure that the first plane that Orville and Wilbur Wright built didn't work exactly right. You just got to keep trying. It's a new medium. It's new stuff. And with those new mediums comes new tools that go with it. And a QR code is one of those things. I've seen some great uses for QR codes. I don't know that they hold a lot of work or a lot of weight in the real estate world. I think there is something there. I just don't know personally. I've seen some applications of it which I thought were pretty imaginative and creative, but I don't know. I think it'll work better. I think it's going to do other things. I think it's going to be more. I'm working on some projects actually right now that are going to utilize QR codes, and I think it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, I mean, and look at what the city of Philadelphia does. You can take a walking tour of the city with your smartphone. You get to a point of interest. Instead of having to read a boring old plaque, you can actually scan a QR code and go to a video of action. So it's kind of, you're more involved. But the main thing is, folks, I'm just amazed that there are people out there that are that upset about it. In the grand scheme of things, whether Realtor J uses the QR code incorrectly or you disagree with how they're doing it, you know, it's kind of silly. So, and I agree that I agree to disagree with a lot of people, and that's fine. A lot of people disagree with me. A lot of people agree with me. What are you going to do? But in the end, the main thing is, don't be afraid to try something new. This is all I mean, the people who are at now icons in social media, I don't think that, did they have the rules set in front of them? There should be no rules. There are no rules. Go figure it out. Go enjoy yourself. Have fun. Go enjoy it.